buried manuscript, more commonly known as Buried Alive, was said to be the original boss for the top floor of the Pokemon Tower, which was replaced by what we now know as Marowak's ghost. Once reaching the top floor, it would trigger the original script available, playing out the following conversation. "You're here, I'm trapped and I'm lonely. So very lonely. Won't you join me?" Afterwards, a battle begins. Once in view, the sprite of Buried Alive appears to be the sprite of a decaying human corpse, clawing its way out of the ground. And as for the Pokemon it sent out, it is programmed to have 2 white hands, a Gengar and a Muck. However, a protocol for the battle being completed wasn't written, so if the player completes it, the game will freeze. However, there appeared to be script written by an unknown developer for if the player was to lose the battle, to which it would briefly return to the overworld, and the following dialogue would play. "Finally, fresh meat," followed by several lines of gibberish, and then proceed to show the player being dragged into the ground by Buried Alive, and then change to a typical game over screen. However, there would be a sprite above it showing Buried Alive devouring the player. But something strange would occur with this protocol, as the file itself would be downloaded to the short amount of data that the Game Boy has in regards to starting up the console. So every time you were to turn it on from then on, this same screen would appear alongside an audio file called staticmesh.wav, as a result bricking the actual cartridge, and in turn resulting in the Game Boy itself at its worst becoming unavailable to use from then on. However, once found by the developers, it was quickly replaced with what we know and have in the game now. And as for the reason why this was made and supposedly planned to be put in the game by that unknown developer, unlike what's known about Lavender Town syndrome, remains unknown to this day.